Do you make your kids participate in storytelling competitions? Do you want your kids to win those storytelling competitions? Then let me tell you, you are in the right place and you must watch this video. Storytelling is an important human skill shared amongst people far and wide. I always encourage the parents to make their kids participate in such competitions because storytelling competitions not only enhance the language skills of your kids but also makes them more attentive. Storytelling competitions help your child to develop public speaking skills which even many of the adults are scared of. So today I am going to share certain very easy although very important tips, techniques and methods which will help you to train your child and help him to become an expert story narrator and help him to win the storytelling competition. But before that, like my video and share my video, and I would like to thank all the subscribers who have showered their love on me and made my channel reach 100 subscribers. So if you are new to my channel, click that subscribe button, hit that bell icon so you get notified whenever I share any information. Stories are the most influential part of our lives. Stories help the human brain to retain and recall whatever it hears. Stories gives wings to our imagination and carries us to places beyond the boundaries of physical world. Stories are very helpful for children because they not only influence the children, they entertain them so much so that they not only love to hear the stories, they enjoy telling the stories too. So today I am going to share 5 easy tips following which you can make your child practice in order to win the competition. So my first tip is keep it short and simple. What do I mean by that? By keeping it simple, I mean that the story which you choose for your child to be narrated in the storytelling competition should be simple. It should not contain very complex vocabulary words or phrases. Now why? I know, yes, you can explain those words and phrases to your child very well. But if your child forgets those words or phrases in between his storytelling, he will be stuck and he will lose confidence, and in turn his whole performance will be spoiled. Keeping the story simple will help your child to retain, memorize and learn the story very easily, and then he will be able to deliver it confidently. And by keeping it short, I mean the story you choose should be long enough to fill the time allotted to your child for the competition. You should closely watch the time limit which has been given to you, because longer the story, the more difficult it will be for your child to retain it. My next tip is show the story. Now what do I mean by that? By showing the story, I mean that your child should be so enthusiastic, so energetic, so expressive in telling the story, narrating the story, that the audience listening to the child should not only hear the story, they should be able to see the story, visualize the story. The expressions of feelings and emotions made by your child should be so clear that the audience should feel as if a movie reel is running in front of their eyes. So it is very important not just to tell the story, it is important to show the story to the audience. The next is actions and gestures. Use of actions and gestures to support your story not only lay emphasis on your stories but also help the audience to understand and remember the details of the stories. Now with actions and gestures, I not only mean the movement of your limbs, it means the movement of 5 important body parts, and those are eyes, lips, shoulders, hands and legs. Now maybe you are standing in one place, you are not moving so much on the stage while narrating your story. Then Along with the movement of your eyes, lips, hands, and shoulders, your facial expressions are equally important. Showing a grin on your face, raising an eyebrow, or just a cold stare, they play a very important role to show different expressions. Your face and your hands, your whole body should support whatever you are speaking. For example, in your story, a character is asking a question. Then your facial expressions should be such that as if you are asking a question to the audience. And the movement of your hands may be slightly open, extended, palms up. So these should support whatever you are speaking. Maybe the line of the character is just, "Where have you been?" So the face and the hands and the shoulders, everything is being used. But here you need to take care of one thing. Do not be over expressive. Do not use your hands, shoulders, head, eyes too much, because that will make your story look more artificial rather than natural. So the key here is be natural. Explain the story very well to your child and let the hands, let the face of your child express the story naturally. The next thing which is very important in story narration is voice modulation. Voice modulation is when you control or adjust your voice. It may be going louder or softer, maybe going faster or slower, emphasizing on certain important words, taking a pause after certain words, or maybe holding on to a little bit silence after making a very important statement in order to let the audience absorb the meaning, the importance of that statement. It also means speaking loud and clear. It also involves changing the pitch of your voice. In speaking in high pitch, maybe when you are very excited and very happy, and me speaking in a rather low pitch when you are saying something sad or when you are suggesting something. Basically, voice modulation means using your voice and tone to express your story more effectively. If we do not use voice modulation, our story would rather look monotonous, as if reading a newspaper, and the audience will automatically tune out and they will stop listening to what you are telling them. Now, the last important tip, the fifth tip, is using props. Many times I have seen children using props, puppets, cutouts, toys, printouts, placards while story narration. I personally don't recommend my students using placards, cutouts, or puppets or props. Why? Generally, I feel that use of props and cutouts and placards obstructs the flow of the energy with which the child is performing on stage. It often leads to mishandling of props as well. Suppose your child is supposed to hold a placard in between the story, and he picks the placard up and it is not in the upright position. Maybe you have trained the child in such a manner that he is least bothered whether the placard is held correctly or not. But the audience which is watching your child is distracted, because the mind of the audience is distracted with the placard that it is not in the upright condition. So it distracts both the person who is narrating the story and who is listening to the story. So I personally don't recommend my students to use props, placards, puppets, etc. The key again is just be natural. Now, time for bonus tip. Practice and give a positive feedback. The 2 P's are very important. Make your child practice, practice, practice. So make your child practice as much as you can, 2 to 3 times daily before the competition. And yes, give them a positive feedback. Praise them, appreciate them, and help them to become better and better. So these were few techniques and methods which I teach my children at my classes as a part of personality development program. And now it's showtime. One sunny morning, a father and his son were walking through the forest hills. The boy was very happy and joyous. He was jumping and walking and enjoying his journey. Suddenly, he lost his balance and fell down. And he cried in pain, "Ah!" He heard a voice back from the hills, "Ah!" The boy was a little upset and he said, "Who is this?" The voice replied, "Who is this?" Now the boy got really annoyed and he said, "You are stupid." The voice replied in the same manner, "You are stupid." Now the boy was really annoyed, but he was a bit curious too. So he asked his father, "Father, what is this? What is this happening? Where is this voice coming from?" So the father replied, "Son, listen to this carefully." And the father shouted, "You are amazing!" The voice responded in the same manner, "You are amazing!" The father then shouted, "Thank you!" And the voice responded in the same manner, "Thank you!" So father said to son, "Son, this is called resonance. People call it echo. However, this is reflection of your deeds. Whatever you do with the people, whatever you think about the people, whatever you feel about the people, the way you treat the people comes back to you. So you see, my dear friends, life is a shadow of your deeds. It is not an accident. It is not a coincidence. Whatever you do comes back to you in different ways. So we should always do good to others, because you never know when your good can come back to you in some way or the other. So this is Surabhi Jain saying goodbye till we meet again with some other information.